Hey, house guests, welcome to today's Big Brother 25 updates and spoilers. It's Tuesday, and these house guests are running me ragged. It's entertaining, though, I have to say. This season is serving. Our house guests of the day are Joey Dolliver Rohrer and Patrice. Thank you both so much for the support. We could not do this without you, and we appreciate it so, so much. So thank you again. And if you guys want to be house guests of the day, check out our Patreon link in the info box below because it's only a $1 for a holla. Woo! And I also want to thank yesterday's super chatters because that's another fantastic way to support our channel and keep us going. So Anita Starr, Brittany Thomas, Randall Westgard, T, Christian Torres, AR Chan 1785, Wendy Will, True Teddy, Dane Thomas, Mike G, Camila Gamba, Jefferson Tucker, Kenny D, Christopher Brown, and Mary Ellen L. Thank you all so much for your super chats. Oh my god, it's another busy spoiler. We have a lot to talk about. So when we left off yesterday, they were doing the POV ceremony. They were doing it. And there was a lot of drama leading up to it after lots of flip-flopping back and forth and all around by Cirie, Izzy, and Felicia. Felicia seemed set on backdooring Hisam. She was like, this is what we're doing. That's it. But even yesterday morning, Jag was floating the idea of getting rid of Red instead of Hisam. There has been a lot of paranoia that Red is trying to unite all of the middle people. Red, Cameron, America's in that mix, Mimi, I'm missing somebody. Bowie Jane. Red has been poking around a little bit, trying to pull in some numbers. Not successfully, but he's been trying. So Jag is worried if Red gets this middle group together, that they will target the newly formed Savage 7/7 Deadly Sins. I guess we're going with 7 Deadly Sins now, which is Jag, Blue, Matt, Jared, Cirie, Izzy, and Felicia. Now remember, this alliance is serious on the side of like Jag, Blue, and Matt. But like for Cirie, Izzy, Felicia, and Jared, this is kind of like a cover your ass alliance, right? Just in case the other side of the house wins HOH, they don't want to be the targets. However, if somebody from the professors were to win HOH, there's a good chance that like Jag and Blue would be in trouble. So anyway, Jared was telling Jag, it's too late to change up the plan. We can't do this. It's the day of the ceremony. Hisam's got to go. So that was pretty much it for that. That wasn't the end of the drama, though. Felicia was getting really paranoid yesterday about seeing Blue talking to Red and Cameron, because again, there's that paranoia that Red is starting this middle alliance, not only getting the people in the middle together, but like all the people in the middle going to the other side. So Felicia confronted Jag, and this was a lot. This confrontation was a lot, especially the HOH talking to one of their nominees who's about to come off the block. It was pretty bold. So Felicia was like to Jag, are you guys effing playing me? Are you going to turn on us after I make this move? I will switch this shit up right here. It was like, ah! So Jag was reassuring Felicia he's loyal to the 7 Deadly Sins. They're solid. She's got nothing to worry about. So it was a lot. They did clean it up after. But in related news, the professors are falling apart. Not just because they're turning on Hisam this week, which is like a big sign that things are not going great for an alliance, but all the other people left in there too. Not great. Cirie, Izzy, and Felicia no longer trusting Red, Bowie, or Mimi. Again, those three are considered like in the middle. So yeah, a lot of distrust in that alliance. All right, so that brings us to the power veto ceremony. Of course, Jag used the POV on himself. And Felicia put up Hisam in his place. Oh my god. So she went with the original backdoor plan, which means we have Hisam and Cameron up on the block. And yes, it did remain a blindside. Hisam had no idea this was coming. He thought Matt was going up on the block and that Matt was going to be blindsided. So Hisam was blindsided hard. So when the feeds came back after the ceremony, we are brought into a quiet house. A little bit of time had passed since the ceremony. We didn't get to see it right out of the gate because we heard later other conversations that happened that we didn't get to see. But Hisam was talking to Suri and Izzy in the kitchen. And Hisam is apologizing to Suri. He's saying, if I ever made you feel less than or unheard, I want to apologize for that. And I want to apologize if you feel like I never got to know you, as a person outside of this game. That was never my intention. I was just concerned about this first part of the game. I wanted to make sure that all of us made it through. So Hisam says, I think when you watch this back, you're going to find the answers and you'll see that it wasn't me. You'll see that. It wasn't me. He says, every one of my DR sessions has been about how I'm working with the professors wholeheartedly and going with them to the end. I mean, I gotta say that's true. Right? Right? Yes, there have been a lot of moments during all of this because Hisam says the word right every few words. But yeah, I mean, we've seen Hisam has been loyal to the professors. Has he been a little bit shady and sloppy trying to protect himself going into this week? Yes. But we know that he was fully intending on staying loyal to the professors, which is wild that this is happening now. So Hisam says, because of all that, this is going to be amazing television. I am going to look like an absolute moron. And you'll see, because I've been open and honest with you. I've been loyal to the professors. So Hisam says, I'm just, I'm a little surprised that you would listen to America and Corey over me. You're taking their word over mine because those two are working together and they're on the other side of the house. So Suri is like, yeah, but like there was so much every day. There was something. So Hisam keeps saying, you're going to see it all when you watch it back. So, well, you'll be out of the house by then, but maybe you'll get a text. I don't know. So Hisam says, I believe in your goodness. I think you guys got some skewed information. And because you didn't feel comfortable talking to me about it, it existed without a response and it festered, right? And he says, I'm sorry I made you guys feel like you couldn't talk to me. So he says, if I go home, this has been a very valuable experience. I will continue to work on the things that I need to work on. Okay. So Mimi and Bowie join them. Hisam is apologizing to Mimi, and he's like, I really wanted us to all go to the end. I was blinded by that. And I want you to know, I'm not a bad person. I was just trying my best. Did I say best? I was trying my best to protect people. And I guess I just became too paternalistic, right? Like giving out orders and everything. He says that was never my intent. So he's being very, I'm sorry, you were right, I'm sorry. He's really going for that angle, asking for forgiveness. And Hisam says, I'm going to have a conversation with America because clearly she's the one giving you all this information, which is just not true. I was with you all 100%. I'm not sure America will be that way with you, so just be careful. He says, I hope you can accept my apology and understand why I did what I did. So Hisam leaves. He's going to go work out. He's got to go blow off some steam and think about things. So Suri says to the girlies, Hisam is denying everything. So what? We're supposed to believe that everything he's saying is true and all the other stuff that people are saying about him is all lies? Like he wasn't trying to make alliances with everybody? Come on. So Izzy thinks it's one of those situations where Hisam actually like believes all the stuff that he's saying, right? He doesn't even realize that he's lying. So Izzy then goes to the balcony outside to chat with America and Corey. And Corey's like, how are you? Are you okay? I know this was really tough on you because Hisam like really trusted you or whatever. And Izzy says, yeah, I was Hisam's final two. And he pulled her aside right after the POV ceremony to talk. That conversation was one of the ones that happened before the feeds came back, so we didn't get to see it. I'm hoping we'll see it on Wednesday's episode. Or I guess it would probably be on Thursdays, right? So Izzy's like, yeah, it was rough. There wasn't any yelling in that conversation, but it was very intense. Izzy says Hisam is ready to kill America. I don't know about kill. I think that's a bit much, but she says, yeah, Heisem is really fixated on you, America. And Izzy says, all right, we've been friends from the beginning, and I want to work with you, America. I'm just going to ask you straight up, did you lie to me about your conversations with Heisem? Because he is denying everything. So America swears she's not lying, which is true. What we've heard America saying about Heisem is true. She says he used the word leftovers to describe the people that he was working with. And this was the conversation that we actually saw on the show. Remember, this was a segment. She was talking to Heisem out on the hammock, and he was just like blurting out everything and saying like he wanted to work with strong competitors, blah, blah, blah. This is the conversation that they are referring to. So Izzy says, I'm just doing my due diligence, asking people these questions because Heisem, again, is denying everything. So I need to know who's telling the truth here. He's either delusional and he believes what he's saying, or, he's lying. So America is talking more about the now infamous hammock conversation. And she's like, look, I just asked him one simple question: if Riley was his target. And he just started spewing about how Riley divided the house from the first week and how he got stuck with what seemed like the leftovers. And again, he used the term leftovers. And he wanted to make a new group with strong competitors, strong physical competitors. Again, this is all true. We saw it on the episode. So Izzy says, well, Heisem didn't tell us any of that. And America's like, I'm scared of Heisem. Like, he's probably going to try and talk to me. She doesn't know what he's going to say. She's nervous. So Izzy's like, well, I don't want to hurt Heisem, but he's hurt me every day in this game. Every day. Well, anyway, a little later, Corey and Heisem are chatting on the Sky Bridge, and we join this conversation already in progress. We didn't get to see the beginning of it. But Corey says, I was hearing from multiple people that you were targeting me. And remember how much Heisem hated Corey week 1? That was insane. But Heisem says, all of my actions have shown that I am not gunning for you. I was HOH. I could have put you up, but I did not. I will say he was definitely targeting Corey week 1 before he had any power, but that changed. He got to know Corey a little bit better. They were kind of working together. So I wouldn't say that he was targeting Corey anymore after that first week, really. But Heisem says, we've talked about working together later. I was serious about that. So Heisem says, I think people are embellishing things that I've said, and he's mostly talking about America. He feels like America is really making him out here to be an enemy. Heisem is claiming he's been very direct, honest, and open. And Heisem says, I hope you understand that I'm not lying to you, Corey. If I stay in the house, I am not gunning for you. So Corey says, CBH, I'm going to be honest. I'm not going to say that I'm voting to keep you right now because I'm not in that place. But I am totally open to finding out the truth over these next few days and then going from there. So the feeds cut away for a few minutes, and when they come back, Heisem is saying, I will work with the people who voted to keep me if I stay, and I'm going to go after the people who did this to me, right? So whoever, if anybody votes for him to stay, that is who he would work with moving forward, right? Because, he's been betrayed here. So on the flip side, Heisem says if he's voted out, he wants to go home. He does not want to be doing some battle back. He said he is done. It's just funny because he kept telling Riley, like, oh, if you come back in a battle back, like, I want to work with you. And he kept telling her there's always the battle back. But yeah, he doesn't want it. He says his goal was never to battle back. If he gets voted out, he wants to go home. And he said the person that comes back always gets voted out again ASAP. So he doesn't want to deal with that. He has better ways to spend his time. Okay. Meanwhile, Felicia is talking to Izzy in the HOH room, and Felicia is sharing about her conversation that she had with Heisem right after the POV ceremony. So again, this conversation happened before the feeds came back. We didn't get to see it, but we heard like the retells of it. So Felicia says that she told Heisem she's been hearing he doesn't view her as a competitive person in this game. She just so happened to win HOH, right? It wasn't like a skill thing. I mean, it was like kind of one of the crapshoot ones, right? But I do think that Felicia is a legit competitor. So Felicia says, Heisem doesn't see me as a threat. You know, he's just keeping me around as long as he needs me. And then he would throw my ass to the curb. So Felicia says she told Heisem, your biggest mistake here was making an alliance with every damn person in the house. Everybody talks, everybody compared notes and they found out what you're doing. So Izzy asks, what was Heisem's response when you said that? And Felicia's like, he just stared at me. So Felicia says she told Heisem the game isn't over. You have until Thursday to make something happen here. She was talking about how, this was her window of opportunity to take Heisem out. She didn't want to pass that up. And Felicia also mentioned, like, she's been watching this game since 2000, 25 seasons, 23 years. And she said the biggest mistake that I see people make in this game is leaving someone in for too long who can win this whole thing. So she did not want to make that mistake. So Izzy piggybacks off of that. She says, we may not be able to win every single competition, but we're always going to be a step ahead of the comp beasts. We took out Riley. We're taking out Heisem this week. We're going to get Cameron out of here, Jag, Matt, all of them. We'll see. So Felicia says, the two of us are going to be sitting at the end with Cirie. And Izzy says, that's right. I mean, you never know, right? So it could happen. So then a little later, Heisem chats with America in the have-not room. Uh-oh. She was so nervous for this. Okay. So Heisem says, I was told that you told Cirie and Izzy that I said I was stuck with them and that I called them the leftovers, which I did not say. And America says, you did. Correct, like he did. So Heisem's like, no, I did not. He did. And Heisem says, and I did not say that. America says, yeah, you did. They went back and forth with a no, and yeah, you did, like a few times. America says, you used the term leftovers, specifically when we were talking on the Hammock. She said she remembers it clearly because it made her think of the Leftovers Alliance from last season. Yeah. So America says, what I got from our conversation in the Hammock was that you wanted to work with me, Matt, Jag, and Blue, but that Riley got first dibs on them because she won HOH, and then you were left with the leftovers. That's how I remember it too. So America says, I'm sorry. I don't want to hurt you, but I also don't want you to gaslight me. I remember what I remember. And Heisem's like, well, I'm sorry, I'm not gaslighting you. He's still claiming, though, that he did not use the term leftovers. I hope they're firing up those receipts for the episodes this week. So Heisem says, how is it possible that I said that when I've been working with that group exclusively? I mean, you could still say that. America says, yeah, but you were trying to work with us, too. It's like you were trying to form an alliance with everyone, and we didn't know what was real and what was fake because, again, you're trying to form an alliance with everyone. So America says, I don't think you're a bad person or a liar. You were just playing the game, and it just so happened we all compared notes, right? So Heisem says, all right, well, I was never gunning for you. And America says, I wasn't trying to put a target on your back with this. Well, I think she was, all right. She did want him out. So yeah, that conversation is done. Heisem continues to make the rounds on his apology/campaign tour. He is offering loyalty and protection for anyone who votes to keep him. He's saying he's a strong asset. He can win competitions. And, he's saying if he works with the other side now, he's going to be at the bottom of that alliance. So if they want to get rid of him, they can just do it when they don't need him anymore. I don't know that it would be that easy, right? I mean, he is a very strong competitor. But I will say, on this apology/campaign tour, he is mostly apologizing to the professors and mostly campaigning to the other side. There are some exceptions to these rules. I mean, I think he was campaigning a little bit more to Red compared to some of the other professors. But I mean, he was campaigning pretty hard to like Jared and Jag. So then the feeds went down for a few hours last night while the house guests got to enjoy a pizza party. Woohoo! I'm pretty sure this was like a fifth of the way through the season party. You know how they always do the halfway party? Well, this was a 1/5 of the way through. Is that all it's been so far? Okay. But good for them, right? So after the party was over, Red was talking to Sari, Izzy, and Bowie in the comics bedroom. And Red is singing Matt's praises. He wants them to work with Matt. He said, Matt looks up to me. He trusts me. He feels like I'm a man of integrity. How nice for you. He also says Matt doesn't feel like the other side is a good side to work with. You know, Matt was only really over there because of Riley. He doesn't have those same ties to Jag or Blue. So, like, this could be a good chance for us to scoop him up. So, Red says he doesn't see Matt as a threat to their group, the professors. He says he's not gunning for us at all. And everybody else agrees. They're like, yeah, we love Matt. We think he's great. He's a trustworthy guy. So, Red starts spilling some more stuff from one of his conversations with Matt. And he says, Matt told me that the other side was talking about flipping the vote to keep Heisem and take out Cameron. Well, I don't remember Matt saying that. Maybe I missed something because there's been a lot going on, but like I don't remember Matt saying that. So Red's like, yeah, I don't know if they're just saying that to him to see if he tells anyone. I'm also wondering, is Red just saying this to see if they tell anyone? Right? Like he's testing them. I don't know. But Red also says the other side is mentioning him and Cameron as potential nominees next week, like Red and Cameron as potential nominees. I mean, yeah, a lot of people have been saying that, and not just the other side. Your own professor allies have also been mentioning Red and Cameron as nominees for next week. But Red says he told Matt he's going to do what he can to keep Matt with the majority, right? Keep him safe. So then this group is like, wait a second, but like, if the other side wanted to keep Heisem, would they have the numbers to do it? So they're like counting it up and they're thinking like, probably not, but they want to get to the bottom of this. So Sari says she's going to go talk to Matt. So Sari chats with Matt on the hammock, and we didn't have any audio for the beginning of this conversation. Damn it. It was still audio from like one of the other camera feeds. But anyway, when we do get audio, Sari names off, who's in the Professor's Alliance. It's clear that before we get audio, Sari and Matt were talking about working together moving forward. But Matt wants to know, like, who was in that group. So Sari explains, Sari names off who it is. So Sari, Felicia, Izzy, Red, Bowie, Mimi, and of course, Heisem. Sari explains there's been some doubts lately about Mimi. Not sure if she's really with them, but Sari says she is with us right now. So you're pushing her away though. But anyway, Sari says that she's open to working with Matt. She thinks he's really trustworthy. And she says she wants to work with people that aren't going to do crazy shit and won't flip-flop or run around. I mean, Sari does enough of that herself, right? She doesn't want to work with other people who do that. But yeah, she says we need to figure out who we want in this group because I guess they're going to build yet another new group. Oh my God. I mean, they're already working together in that 7 Deadly Sins alliance, but I guess now they're talking about making something else with Red also. You know, they want to make sure Red is a part of this. So they talk about how Red is nervous about Jag now, and they're in the 7 Deadly Sins alliance with Jag. So apparently Red caught Jag dropping his name because Red freaking read Jag's lips and he knows that Jag was saying his name, and Matt confirms yes, that is true. Like we were talking about Red, so they really need to watch out for him because he can read lips really well, and Matt says he probably reads lips better than I do from far away. So yeah, something to look out for. But Sari and Matt both agree they are going to have some more conversations about working together moving forward. And they're going to try and come up with some group, right? Maybe some people from that 7 Deadly Sins alliance, but also Red as a whole thing. All right. So Heisem is continuing on his apology / campaign tour late into the night. into the early morning, even into like not super early morning. It's kind of like late morning. No, not late, but like 5 a.m., whatever. He's spilling tea. The gloves are coming off. So Heisem told America about the professors and how Cameron is also working with them. He's letting America know it's a huge group, so you better be careful. And that group thinks that your side is not smart. Well, um, yeah. So America takes this information to Blue, and America is wondering, should we flip the vote to keep Heisem? She says we should definitely consider it. He's given us some good information here. That's going to come back up again later. We'll get there. Heisem also had a long game chat with Jag and Matt in the backyard. And it was so funny because there were a few times where Heisem was like, all right, well, I'm going to go to bed. I don't want to do this whole pitch right now because I know it's late. And then you just like keep talking. And this whole conversation was very repetitive, but there were a lot of important nuggets dropped in there. I also have to mention this whole conversation. I mean, I think it was like at least an hour and 15 minutes, maybe an hour and a half. It was almost 100% Heisem talking. Like, this was not a conversation. This was Heisem just like spewing, right? It was a lot. So Heisem tells Jag and Matt, I'm sure it's no surprise that I was working with people. And you should know who those people are. And he's saying, I need 6 votes to stay. And there are 6 people outside of that alliance that I was in. If you guys all vote for me, I can stay. And if you keep me, I will work with you to the bitter end. I will be on your side 100%. So Heisem lets them know Cameron is working with the other side. That's why he has been so comfortable up on the block, right? He's still socializing, still joking around with people. So he says Cameron is the one who turned on Riley. He told me everything about your guys' group. He told me that my name was dropped. That's why I knew about that. And the reason that you lost Riley is because Cameron defected and told me everything. I mean, that's going to sting, especially for Matt, right? Because he's like super into Riley. Yeah, Heisem says, I've been loyal to my group. So it's really perplexing that they turned on me this way because like I was ready to go to the end with them. Heisem is telling Jag and Matt, your side can have the numbers now, right? If you keep me, you will have the numbers. But if I go and Cameron stays, you won't have the numbers anymore because Cameron is with the other side. So Heisem says Izzy really freaked him out. Like he trusted her the most out of anybody over there. And she was lying right to his face. It was basically her job this week. And she admitted to it that she was supposed to be keeping him comfortable. And she was like way too good of a liar. So Heisem is also saying like everyone is on a side, right? There's that perception that there's these people in the middle. There is no real middle. Everybody is on one side or the other, including Red and Bowie. They are not floating in the middle. So Heisem says, even if you don't keep me, you guys, you 6 really need to work together because they are organized on the other side. So if you want any chance against them, you got to get it together. So he says one blind side deserves another blind side. It will shock the shit out of the other side if you keep me. Honestly, if Heisem stayed, the pressure cooker HOH would be insane because you'd be going hard for that HOH win. And that everybody else would also be going hard to try and make sure that he didn't win. So yeah, honestly, it wouldn't be like bad if Heisem stayed. It would have been okay if Cameron went. It would be okay. All right, but anyway, then Heisem drops a humongous piece of information. Heisem says Jared is working with the other side. In week 2, when it was down to Jared and Heisem in that HOH competition, he says, my alliance, we didn't care if Jared won the HOH at that point because he was working with us. And Heisem says, I have nothing to hide. I will answer whatever you want to ask me. So Jared is like, or sorry, not Jared. Jag is asking, who are the 6 that you keep mentioning that you're hoping will work together and keep you? Like the 6 outside of your alliance. Who exactly are you referring to? So Heisem lists off Jag, Matt, and Blue, Jared, Corey, and America. So Jag's like, all right, well, hold on a second, because you mentioned that Jared was also on the other side, but you're counting him here. So Heisem says, yes, Jared was working with the other side, with the professor side. But he says Jared is now shifting his allegiance to Blue. Now we know that's not really true, right? Because mommy's number one, but he is spending like all of his time with Blue, basically. So Heisem explains originally it was the 7 of us, plus Cameron, plus Jared for 9. Then Jared started getting close to Blue. Obviously, he doesn't know that Jared is Cerie's son, so he's like super loyal to her. But how is he to know that? So Heisem brings up, remember when Jared had the opportunity to save Riley with the Nether Region twist, to send her there so she couldn't be nominated? There's a reason he didn't do that. It's because he was working with us. Ooh, okay. So anyway, Heisem is talking at them, not with them, at them, until like 4:30 in the morning. Oh my God. And Jag is finally like, okay, we need to think about all this. We will stay in touch. Thank you. Okay. So after Jag and Matt chat about this info dump, they feel like there's a lot of truth to what Heisem is saying. Because there is, like, he's telling the truth about a lot of this, right? He has some misinformation. Like, he did keep saying, oh, well, the professors, they were saying that Jag was the target this week and then Matt was going to be the target after. I mean, that was all cover story, right? That was not real. So that was like, what are you going to do with that? But like, he did have a lot of true information, the Cameron stuff, the Jared stuff. So Jag is like, I could feel that Jared was up to something, especially with that Riley Nether Region situation. It was just so off because Riley was begging him to save her. And then he gave it to me instead. And like his reasoning just didn't check out. It didn't make sense fully. So Jag says it's a lot of stuff to think about. He also says Heisem is really loyal to the people that he works with. Jag brings up how, yes, Heisem was talking about starting that alliance with Jag and Blue, but he immediately told the professors about that, right? And Jag says, yeah, it sucked for me because I was on the other side of that. But it just shows how loyal Heisem is to the people that he's working with, like that he's truly working with. Jag also brings up an important point. He says, no matter how we slice it, Izzy, Cerie, and Felicia were not loyal to Heisem. They were in an alliance and they stabbed him in the back. That is clear here. And if they did that to him, what's going to stop them from doing that to us? I mean, amen. Nailed it. Ding, ding, ding. They are not loyal to you. And Jag says, even worse, they didn't even give Heisem a chance to explain himself, right? They didn't bring this up to him, their issues. Instead, they just not even put him up on the block, but backdoored him. So he had no chance to play for that power veto. Ugh. So Jag says, honestly, not even sure if we could keep Heisem if we wanted to. We might not have the votes because they don't know if they can trust Corey and America to follow through on that. Yeah, you can't. Also, they're ignoring the Jared of it all. You just got this information that Jared is playing both sides, but they're not even factoring that in here. But they do agree that Heisem would probably be better for their games than Cameron, and I have to agree. So Jag notes, again, Izzy, Cerie, and Felicia, they're in the best spot in the house right now. Everybody has something going with them, and Jag realizes America is the only person that doesn't either have some sort of alliance with those three or like some unofficial, like working closely with them situation. Yeah, I mean, they've got something going with everybody else, right? So Jag and Matt are wondering, are Izzy, Cerie, and Felicia just covering their bases with us with our alliance of 7, the 7 deadly sins? Absolutely. Yes, that's what it is. It's a CYA, cover your ass. They don't know. They don't know if this is legit or what. But Jag says we need to talk to Cerie tomorrow and make sure that our 7 is solid. Yeah, just bring all this info to Suri, okay? So today, Jag reports back to Izzy and Suri. And Jag's like, yeah, Heisem kept me and Matt up until like 5 a.m. He was throwing everybody under the bus, mentioning everything, mention it all, and talking all about the professors. So Suri says, Heisem doesn't have anything else to say except like outing that alliance. I think he's got some other stuff to say too, but you know. Suri says, I cried for that effort last night. It's over. She says she has no sympathy for him. So she says, Heisem was campaigning to me last night too and telling me if I kept him, he would be loyal to me for the whole time. So she says Heisem is still doing the same stuff that got him in trouble. All right. In other news, oh, this is dirty. In other news, Blue is throwing America under the bus hard. What are you doing? Blue let Felicia know that America was saying they should consider flipping the vote to keep Heisem. So I guess Blue just like thinks that this Seven Deadly Sins alliance is legit and she's spilling all this shit to Felicia. But like, really? Ugh, dumb. Dumb move. So yeah, needless to say, America's in trouble now. Felicia told Suri all about it. They're saying America's got to go, like, really soon. Blue also spills to Jared. He's saying America's got to go. She's in trouble right now. I mean, she was getting into a better spot, but like, ooh, these last few days. Ooh. So yeah, this place is about to blow. Izzy confronted Heisem a little bit earlier, and Izzy's like, "What are you telling everyone? Why are you doing that? Why are you lying about us?" I wouldn't say he's lying about that. I mean, what he said so far has been pretty honest. But Izzy says to Heisem, screw you. I felt bad last night. And Heisem's like, I wasn't lying about anything. And Izzy says, nope. And she walks away. And Heisem's asking, you want to talk? And Izzy's like, nope. I'm sorry, but like, did you not just betray Heisem and backdoor him? He's allowed to campaign for himself. Is he supposed to just sit in the corner and wait until Thursday to leave? Did you really think he wasn't going to like try and blow up your stuff? It just doesn't make sense to me. Like, you have to expect this kind of thing if you're going to betray someone like that in cold blood. Come on. But anyway, today, America is reassuring people that she is voting Heisem out, but the damage is done. She has moved way up on the House target list. I don't know if she's going to be able to clean this up. I don't know if Corey is going to be able to save her at this point because that can only go so far. But yeah, we've got 2 days left until the eviction. As of now, Heisem is going to be going, but he's not going down without a fight. So I'm going to be interested to see what else he pulls out, what other information he can think of to share. I don't think he's going to be able to get the votes, but
let me in.
Yeah, but it'll be interesting. I just want to see that info come out so we can like break some of this stuff up, right? We don't need any one side getting too powerful. Right, Bowie? That's the magic of having a split house.
Yeah.
Okay, so I want to thank all of our super chatters today because you're all amazing. Angela H, thank you so much. Gail Murphy Comedy, thank you so much. Camila Gamba, thank you so much. Camila says, hey, Maddie, much love from the hubs, Billy and I. Yay! So many ups and downs this year right out of the gate. I know. It has been a wild ride. I'm so glad that we had night one feeds and like week one feeds because we would have been freaking lost if we didn't get that. But it's been a great season so far. Very, very entertaining. Very much a roller coaster.
What they just doing?
Bowie sniffed Izzy. Oh my god. Bowie sniffed Lammy's butt. Just to be clear, I'm talking about our dog and cat.
Whose name is not Izzy.
No, it's Lammy. I'm very tired and this game is taking over my life. Okay, so Mary Ellen L, thank you so much. Jefferson Tucker, thank you so much. Right? Oh my god. Yeah. It's unbelievable how many times Heisem can say right in one breath. Justin Tanner, thank you so much. Justin asks, do you see Suri and Izzy making it far into the game with all the flip-flopping? I see it backfiring soon. I agree. I think you can only keep that up for so long, and eventually it's going to catch up with you. I think they're going to be in trouble at some point. I think Izzy will probably be in trouble before Suri because I think Suri would have a better chance of like squeezing her way out of it. But it's definitely going to catch up with them. Okay. Jefferson Tucker, thanks again, right? Mark Marshall, thank you so much. Oh, yay. Mark says back home from my BBL and back to another live.
Brazilian butt lift.
Yes, I hope you're feeling better, seriously.
Hope
and thank you for being here.
Good.
Yeah. Peekaboo Gia, thank you so much. Peekaboo says Izzy is so emotional. She's going to drag Suri down. Yeah, I mean, it seems like almost, I don't know, at least like every other day, Izzy is crying about something. It's a lot. I mean, I know that Jared's all like, it's a lot. She needs to go. But like.
So do you, Jared.
Yeah. I would love to see Jared go. Cheryl D, thank you so much. The CAC 16, thank you so much. Missy, is it Brazovich? Thank you so much for the super chat. We appreciate that. Tara Perucci, thank you so much. Tara says, love these updates. I'm curious if Suri has been made aware of Jared's misogynistic comments and how she would handle that given their secret. I don't think it's gotten back to her yet. I haven't seen Izzy mention anything about it. I would be curious to see if Suri would confront him about it, especially just like even reputation wise. I mean, Suri is not exactly innocent here, unfortunately, because there was that incident the other day when Izzy, Felicia, and Suri were talking about Blue, and I believe it was Felicia who called Blue a hoe, and like Suri was on board with that and being like, yeah, she's called herself that, blah, blah, blah. And it's interesting that Izzy did not speak up to them, but she did speak up to Jared. Like, she could have said something there, but you know, I'm not a fan of that. So anyway, I was definitely disappointed in Felicia and Suri in that moment for sure. Yeah, I'm curious to see how she would handle it if it got back to her. Thank you again. Christine, thank you so much. Christine says, America was very impressive in this conversation with Hisam. I really like her and Corey. I want them to go far, but Suri may not be happy about that. Yeah, I mean, I do think that America handled herself really well with Hisam in that combo, but like she's handled some other stuff not so great. And like I said, she's got a huge target on her back right now. And she does just so happen to be one of the only people that Suri and Izzy are not aligned with. So that does not bode well for her. It's too bad because I really do like her. Autumn Pond, thank you so much. Autumn says, oh my God, I don't know how you do it, girl. Thanks for your efforts and perspectives. It's a lot. But, you know, it's what we do. I'm just glad that you guys are enjoying it and we can just watch the season together and take it all in. So thank you. Samuel Johnson, thank you so much. Samuel says, too bad those who get voted out early don't get a vote in the final outcome. Second-class BB players. I don't like it. Yeah, I mean, it would be one thing if they were like sequestered, but that's a long sequester.
Yeah, you gotta have them in jury.
Yeah, to be in the jury house for like 3 months. That'd be a lot. So like I get why they don't do that. I think it's also kind of fun to have that checkpoint in the game of like you made it to jury. And people that didn't.
Well, I mean, you only have to have a certain amount of jury management, you know.
Yeah.
Because then if you had the whole cast voting, that would be a lot, not to screw anybody over.
True. I like that they have only part of the cast on the jury. I think it's a good benchmark to have, but that's just my opinion. Valerie Newton, thank you so much. And this is Valerie's first super chat. Woo! Thank you. Valerie says, thank you for all the years of keeping me up to date on all things Big Brother, US and beyond. Your updates are the best. You're so sweet. Thank you so much. Really appreciate that. All right. So that's where we're at.
Did you survive?
I did, and now I need to go feed my friend's cats. I gotta go. So thank you all so much for being here. We will be back tomorrow for more. So have a good night, and until next time, much love. Bye, everybody. Please stop asking to see my feet. You definitely would have to pay for that. It's not for free. So good night. Much love.